Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 8 of the AniGains podcast. Now, for all of our visual listeners, you'll be elated looking at your screen because Noah has gone from being a specky ginger Scottish lad to now a very handsome Chinese muscle man. But make no mistake. I think if I look a little closer, that the name says Derek. Qais, do you know anything about this?
So we've actually decided to sack Noah from the podcast and replace him with Mr. Derek Guo.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Mr. Derek Guo, how are we, man?
Good. Like right now, just in the off season now. Maybe I might compete this year.
Secret prep.
I don't know. Don't know yet. Not sure about it yet.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to just give a little background on yourself to like maybe some of the listeners that don't know you that well with regards to like, okay, what got you into bodybuilding, and then from there, what got you interested in the posing side of things. And then maybe you can touch on like how you incorporate some of your anime interests in that as well.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I grew up in China, and back then, like we didn't get that much information from the Western world. It's kind of like can I get things like picture snippets like here and there. Back then, I wasn't that into like the open bodybuilding look. Funny enough, I got into bodybuilding from Men's Physique.
Really?
The real division.
Yeah, during the Jeremy Bundy reign.
Yeah.
So he got me into bodybuilding. But then later on, 2 years later, Chris Bumstead, his first, what do you call it, like Olympia appearance, I was like, okay, right, that's actually cooler. So I'll do that. But when I got to uni at that time, I did 2 years of powerlifting first. Then COVID hit, didn't really get to train properly. I was supposed to prep in 2019, but then COVID sacked it off for 2 years. Properly prepped in like end of 2021, and then my first season as natural in 2022. A few shows there, wasn't quite lean enough. I was at that point, because I've seen like Chris Bumstead and that, I started to look into the posing side of things a little bit more, because obviously I was like quite skinny. I tried to look bigger, as like with my best ability, but then just like every time I check in with my coach at the time was just like, okay, try to look at my own posing. Okay, what can I do to improve, and slowly just be better and better. I didn't expect this. But for the first natural show I did, I think it was the BMBF Midlands, and the routine. I prepared for it at the beginning of the prep, probably like 20 weeks out, and boy oh boy, I got a lot of applause.
I remember it very well. Man,
wow.
I still to this day, I remember like seeing numerous people share it on their stories. I was like, I have to watch it.
Really?
And I was
Wow,
like,
that
this is
sick.
like one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I didn't know who you were then. That was the first time I'd seen you. And I was like, this is so cool, man. Like that made me want to do classic.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah,
man.
man. We'll see one day. But yeah, man, honestly, like I remember at the time that got a lot of hype, and that was really cool. So from your perspective, like at that point, did you like know you wanted to like become a posing coach or help other people, or was it just like after that gave you that kind of confidence to do that?
Yeah, definitely after that, I kind of like, okay, I think I'm pretty good at this. After that, and around that time, I went to a few like free posing seminars and tried to learn things as well. And in the first season, for the natural season, I did 5 shows, and that's when I started to give myself a challenge to make a different routine for every single show.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then also start with a different pose for every single routine as well. yeah, just did that as a natural. There were a few, like 2 routine I didn't quite like, but most of them, yeah, I'm still pretty happy with them. And since then, tried to do a little bit posing coaching, but I wasn't quite promoting it that much back then. Life got in the way. Went back to uni for a bit, and that's when I started going to the dark side. And woo. I'm the only one who's not natural. So 2020, wait, was it? Yeah, 2024, my first enhanced season. That was quite different, I would say. And while I was at uni as well, I think again, like because of uni, I didn't quite have that much time to prepare for
What
my
were you
routine that
what
well.
were you studying?
Well, undergrad I did sports science, and then postgrad I did business management.
Was it like full postgrad you did?
Yeah.
Wow, jeez.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
How did you manage like doing uni? Because mate, I didn't even start pursuing bodybuilding until I left uni because I could not fit
Yeah.
in everything I needed to do with the degree I was doing.
Well, I in between there, I kind of worked for 2 years,
Yeah.
so I kind of like
Yeah.
still have a little bit of work. So yeah, it was a little bit hard. It's just like basically every night, just like meal prep every
Yeah.
single night, and then I didn't really have a relationship at the time as well, so just all the time just for myself.
Yeah.
It was a little bit depressing time, but well, we pushed through, and yeah, the prep was good. I was coached by Leon at the time.
The Physique Collective.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, like he's liked posing as well. I didn't go to him for the posing side of things, but kind of like after I finished designing the routine, I showed him that. Is like, oh yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And my first show that in that season I actually did what's that show called? The Kingdom Classic. It wasn't like a great look. The routine was, well, not my favorite either. Luckily, like they don't allow proper video recording there, so the video didn't come out. And then 2 weeks later did the PCA Saxon Classic. I really liked the routine. I used the music from June 2. That's like awesome.
Very good film. Very good film.
Loved that. Yeah. And afterwards, I moved to London last September, and since then I kind of started to push the posing coaching business a little bit more now.
How's that going for you at the minute?
Yeah, it's building up. It's pretty good.
Wicked.
And like I'm extremely lucky. There's like a few good competitors in the gym, so kind of helping them out as well.
Yeah, really cool, man. And obviously, this is like how it is like this time. It's typically like right after the Arnold, where it like just goes crazy in terms of business, and you get people just like wanting to jump on, and it's just the way it is. So yeah, man, really cool.
Yeah.
So with you, I'm guessing you do both classic and open posing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's basically the same.
Yeah. So that was one of the questions I was going to ask you. Do you see like any differences? I know obviously classic has less mandatories, but in terms of the execution of the poses, would you say with an open competitor and a classic competitor, say in a front double bicep or whatever, would you have any differences in terms of the execution? Like, would you say a classic person would vacuum more, or open would do less, or is it just completely dependent on like what the physique looks like?
Yeah, it's solely like individual dependence. Just like whatever suits them the best, do it like that. Like you don't have to do the tilted front double as a classic competitor. Like if you look better straight on, do it like that. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like,
yeah, man. Have you ever tried any men's physique posing then?
Yeah. I mean, I started in men's physique.
Oh, so you actually like were doing the posing and everything as well.
Yeah.
Man, I need to see this.
Let me pull out a picture.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
man.
mate.
Oh my god.
Send it on Instagram, and then I'll whip it up on the screen.
Yeah, man.
Oh my god. Right. is terrible. I was chubby at the time as a powerlifter.
Oh, it's even better.
Oh man, fat powerlifting men's physique.
Yeah.
Natty Derek. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh
Right,
man.
it's sent.
Okay, sweet. Okay. All right. Okay, let's get this up. Share screen.
Dude, I can't wait for this, man.
Let me know if you can see that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kez,
To be fair, it's not that bad in terms of the execution, but considering like you're pretty much a newbie there.
Yeah, yeah.
And to be fair, you've got good shape.
Wait,
You've got
I
like the lats. Obviously, you're like very under muscled there, but
Yeah,
you've got the
very.
shape. You've got a decent cap to the delts. Your chest is a bit smaller in comparison, like me, pretty
Yeah.
much. So yeah, mate, not too bad for a first time.
it's not bad for a first. It's better than
Yeah,
my first.
I had a
better than you are now,
better
Cam.
picture, but it's in my old phone. It's out of charge.
How old were you there?
19?
Okay, yeah, mate.
Yeah.
That's actually
Fuck
really good.
me, I'm 25 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like made a lot of progress since then. So how much weight have you put on since then? Is the
I
question.
think back then I was about 74, and this morning I was 98.7.
Sheesh.
Fucking
Big
hell.
boy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was
And,
going to
and
say,
how tall are you?
So,
How tall are you?
5'10".
Okay.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah, so pretty decent size then. Yeah.
yeah, man. I mean,
yeah. Ronnie
Derek,
Coleman's height, yeah.
yeah, I think one thing that's like cool about you and like almost like how I got to know you as well is through the posing. Like, I think you were like one of these
Thank you.
guys who stood out immediately for something unique, which is actually kind of similar to me, right? Like, I didn't gain any type of like notoriety through my physique, really. I got it because I
Yeah.
brought like a unique look to the stage, and you doing the same thing like made me basically want to do the same thing as well, right? So
Are you
my-
basically saying Derek doesn't have a good physique and he's just a good photo?
no, because I'd be saying the same thing about myself, right? But it was more so
What about
leading
you,
it
but
in.
not Derek?
Oh, fuck off, mate. Right. My point was, right. Fuck, that's proper rot me now. My point was, right, like, because obviously there's a lot of like young guys who are getting into the sport for the look. What is like one really common mistake when it comes to say posing that you're noticing with like the first timers in open and classic that you think would massively make them like say stand out a lot better?
Just simply by not arching too much when you're doing any front poses. Just like stretching out your waist and sticking it over, just making it look wide and long.
Yeah.
Just ruins the taper.
Because I think what I've seen is like with the front poses, typically you're supposed to like drive the hips back and kind of like bring the chest forward a bit in
I feel
comparison.
not necessarily. I personally feel like now they are kind of pushing that a little bit too much.
Right.
They're like hinging too much. I just maybe even just stay upright. That
Yeah.
is a
I
good
mean,
look.
with men's physique, I just tell people to stay upright,
Yeah.
just to like help display the good taper. If you're tilting forward too much, like typically you just lose the fullness of the top line with men's physique, and I don't know how much obviously it translates to classic as well. Maybe it does, I suppose, even especially like
think-
say a front lat spread is a similar type of thing.
I mean, personally, I think it's the same.
Yeah.
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 Definitely, right. So with the posing side of things then, I think more recently I'm seeing more of a resurgence of like cool routines and everything and people paying more attention to that side of things. But what are your thoughts on people who are like, I'm just gonna hit the
Wing it.
mandatories and like literally as soon as I do a routine, just hit a few most musculars and just walk off? Like, what are your thoughts on people who do that?
I mean, do whatever you like.
Yeah. Are you a
Just,
fan of it? Or like, would you
mean-
like prefer people to have a bit more artistry with the posing?
Yeah, definitely that would be better.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like bodybuilding shows are boring already. Like just looking people like come in and out, in and out. Just put on a show. Why not? Just like
Yeah, for real.
if you're just like coming out for a routine and they just pose like normal is boring.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No, mate, I agree. When everyone just does the same thing, and I mean, it's similar with men's physique. Like,
Yeah.
you're seeing it now where it's become, like, watered down massively, especially in the IFBB, where the guys are hitting, every single person's hitting the same transition and just going, like, front, back, front, and that's it. and it's killing the sport, and it's actually turning people away from it because the guys are like, these guys are just doing the same thing, and it's like, what is actually differentiating the people? There's nothing. And for me, I think like, okay, there is a limit, but I think like artistry and individuality should be encouraged within posing, and it shouldn't be shunned, and you shouldn't be docked for it. As long as obviously needs to look good, but you shouldn't be docked for doing something different. And I think that's how you're going to actually attract new people to the sport.
Yeah. Here's almost like the counterpoint to that, though. Anything that is new is quick to be subjected. You know, if there's a formula that works and it's almost safe, you know, people are going to, especially like when they're under the lights as well, people tend to do something safe. So, like, what would you say to anybody, you know, to encourage them to actually break out of that mold, to not be afraid to try something new? Because it's easy to say it, but like,
no,
is it going to work?
I mean, I'm not even saying to people to do it. I'm think this is actually being pushed by the judges. The judges are actually pushing men's physique athletes not to do anything different, which I'm not a fan of. So they're saying if anyone basically in a routine or anything like that lifts an arm overhead, you're going to get docked for it. So even if you do any bicep transition or anything like that with your arm overhead in men's physique,
Ryan Terry turns to the back and like
but he can get, because he does more of an ab type one. But if you're like showing biceps massively, like Aaron Banks did yesterday, you're gonna get docked for it. Yeah.
You get docked for that?
Yeah. They said they're not a fan of showing biceps in poses.
And I'm like, they really want to differentiate
I get that in the poses themselves, but if it's a routine and you're just doing something wacky and different, I'm like, just go for it, man.
Not judged, like.
Yeah, because I don't know if you've seen, like, you know, Chiron.
He
had some really cool routines.
The Naruto.
I mean, he did like the Naruto, the jutsu. Yeah, that was wicked, man. So yeah, getting onto that then with the anime influences with your routines. Yeah, what like did you, as soon as you got into bodybuilding, were you like, oh, I'm gonna try some anime type like posing routines like straight away?
Actually not. At the time I was quite into, well, I don't play League of Legends, but the music from there is epic. Especially made by Two Ways.
Yes.
Awesome. That I think my first season I did like 3 of my routines are from them. So that's from, since then I kind of like, okay, like anime has some like cool music as well. One of my routine in my first season, it was the Rengoku's theme tune.
That was my favorite routine of yours.
Really? I nearly fell on the stage.
I remember.
WMBF,
I think it was cool, man. And that was like, I was massively on the Demon Slayer train then at the time.
Yeah.
So that was wicked, man.
Sick.
Really cool. Yeah, man. So then, obviously, going into the anime side of things, then obviously this is AniGains. In terms of just take me through like what your favorite animes are, like just of all time.
One Piece.
Just One Piece.
One Piece, yeah.
Right.
I mean, I started watching it when I was like 8, 9.
Yeah.
So
are you up to date then?
Yeah. I mean,
what? Have you seen all of it?
Yeah.
Mate,
I started watching when I was 9.
Mate, even Noah isn't. Didn't he skip a lot of it?
I mean, I read the manga at some point, so just like it's easier for me to just like, okay, I can't be asked to wait for all the animes to come out.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
Fair play, man. What else are you watching at the minute?
Solo Leveling. What's the
Solo Leveling gets mentioned every single
time. What's the, because I watch it in Chinese subtitle.
Yeah.
So one sec, just let me have a look at the names. What's that? The gaming one called? Like,
is it a new one?
Shangri-La? No, it's season 2. I think it's called like Shangri-La, like Frontier or something.
I haven't seen that.
I've heard of it. I've not seen it.
The main character is basically like the guy with the like bird head, and also a not quite popular one, I would say, Orb, like about the movement of the Earth.
I haven't seen that.
Is that the one? is that the one about like Archimedes and like how like he basically disproves that the Earth rotates, that nothing rotates around the Earth. The Earth orbits. Yeah.
That one.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
that one's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is super cool. My dad actually watches that show.
Yeah, it's basically like watching a history show.
Yeah,
but in
yeah,
anime.
that's why.
Yeah.
It's not like a standard. It's in anime style, but yeah, man, bro, that's a sick show. To be fair, yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. And then in terms of your other, like, let's just say all-time animes, what other ones are up there for you?
Ooh, Death Note, classic.
Okay, good. I like Death Note. Yeah.
Can you do a routine to the Death Note opening theme, please?
Oh,
Mate.
which one though?
That one.
What, the world?
I'm not sure.
Not
Yeah,
the world.
the
What you
world.
need to do, you need to do like Light's theme or something. No, L's theme.
What is it? Oh, that is
No,
gonna
it does
be
have
funny.
some good songs on Death Note. To be
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, it does. The soundtrack for Death Note is sick. To be fair,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Death Note was the first like anime that I watched that really got me
Ooh.
into it. I think like that is probably the best intro anime for people to watch because it's like a bit more serious and it's not too weeby like
Yeah.
like
It's
some
detective
animes are,
show.
and it just
Yeah.
it hooks you straight away.
but the first 10 episodes are fantastic.
Well, I'd say first 20.
But I think I personally feel that
I
the
would say
first 10 peak.
up till until a certain character died. I thought it was peak.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then after that point,
Everyone can agree on that.
yeah, blocked out, bro. The ending was stanky. That's all I'm gonna say. Not to spoil Death Note for any person.
Well, I said a certain character. I didn't say who it was.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of
Yeah,
people die in that show.
True.
Yeah, funny enough.
Death Note.
Death Note, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a question then: if you were a Death Note, who was the first person you'd write in it?
The first person. Oh, that's.
And it has to be someone in the bodybuilding industry that we know.
Dead. God, who do you want dead?
I'm joking. It could be anyone.
We'll tag him in the story. We'll make this a real and we'll tag him. Derek wants you dead, mate.
I got Donald Trump.
I was going to say
I'm joking,
that,
by the way. People in the bodybuilding industry will get offended that I said that.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah.
Wow, that's a tough choice.
Okay. Let's make it safer then. Anyone in any anime that you'd have to write, you could write in a Death Note. Any anime character.
Oh, anime character. Who's so annoying?
I've got one.
I've got about like 500.
So you guys go on first.
Karin from Naruto.
Yep. Well, you have wishing her dead is like a
She's
little.
so annoying. She's like
She doesn't
I
deserve
wanted
to
to
die,
turn it off every time she came on. Honestly, I got that annoyed. Like I think I was on prep at the time, so I was extra angry. I was extra yeah, and then it just set me off whenever I saw Karin on the screen. So yeah. Anyway.
Oh man, I think I'd go with Rachel from Tower of God.
I haven't seen Tower of God.
I haven't seen that either.
You haven't seen Tower of God? Okay.
No, I heard you said that the other episodes I was going to watch it. I haven't started yet.
Yeah. Okay. Oh fuck. Okay, that might be a little bit spoiler.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I
To be fair, Tower of God, I really do recommend. It's very, very similar to Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
Get invested in this character called Rachel. I legitimately think she is the most evil person in anime. Like, period. I don't actually.
Marlon Griffith.
No. No. Griffith is a little different. But Rachel is just like. Griffith is like complex. Rachel is just hateable, bro. Like, actually, just like. Yeah, that would be mine. Derek?
I've got an interesting one. Adult Gohan.
Really?
Why?
It's like
He's a good guy. Like,
yeah, I know, but I just like, I want him to be better.
That's pretty extreme.
Get better if you kill him, bro. No, to be fair.
Yeah, because like he absolutely peaked in the Cell arc, and then afterwards, like, what is going on here? Like, why?
Yeah, didn't he like? Is he not like wear? Because I don't really watch Dragon Ball. I kind of keep up to date with it. Doesn't he like just wear a suit and tie now, and it's just like boring as hell?
Yeah, he did that for a bit, and then I think like last year or 2 years ago they came up with a new film that he somehow got a, well, spoiler alert, beast mode. That's that's like there's purposely there's just power up for him, and then okay, fine,
Yeah.
right.
That's so Dragon Ball, man.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say, getting back to bodybuilding, is there any of your opposing clients who you're actually excited to see for the stage series this
You
year?
can't say that. You have to say all of them.
And any one or two people in particular?
I mean, like the one that I'm closest to will be William Cruz. Don't know if you've heard of him.
Yes.
Big
Oh,
King Cruz.
Yes.
Yeah. We were talking about getting him on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a big
Definitely
anime
get
fan,
one.
isn't he?
Yeah.
Man,
We
he's
went to
sick.
watch.
He's-
We went to watch Attack on Titan film the other day.
Really?
So okay, let's just divert onto that again. Okay, with
Yeah.
that Attack on Titan film, is it just the last few episodes?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. There's nothing extra.
Nothing extra.
Oh.
Well, just like the post-credit scenes a little bit like, okay.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
man,
mean-
he'll do well though.
Yeah,
He'll do very
he
well.
will. He will. 100%.
I didn't realize you were coaching him.
Yeah, I was out helping him with the post. Well, I posted it a while ago, but not recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's insane.
It's so good. So good.
Yeah, man. He'll be up with the shout at getting a pro card for sure, I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
here's
man.
a good question.
Yeah.
Him versus Dan Talabi. Who do you have?
Dan.
I'm gonna back my boy.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both incredible.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Are they going to compete against each other?
Well,
Maybe.
there's a little bit change of plan, but I'm not gonna say what exactly it's gonna be. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Dan's like 11 weeks out at the time of recording this. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, looks decent, man. Looks really good. Packed on a lot of size as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
yeah.
it's taking-
Super
Yeah,
sick.
it's going to be exciting. Yeah, man. There's going to be some very, very good athletes on stage this year. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, one of them I've seen today. Very good. Let's just say he's a men's physique athlete going for his pro card. And I
Ooh.
think he'll have a very good chance of doing so. So, yeah, man. Should be exciting. I saw Eagles today as well, actually, in Ultraflex. He's looking
Ooh.
good. Very, very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, so
Yeah, man.
2 weeks ago when he was down here doing the
VQ.
Vanquish shoot, yeah.
Yeah.
It's looking
Yeah,
good.
man. So that should be exciting. But yeah, I think it's one of them where the further you get into the year and the season, you see more of these like crazy physiques just popping up, and it's
Yeah.
just the way it is. Like obviously we've got the people we know, but I reckon there'll be some freaks
Got
out
some
there
guys come out of the
Yeah.
woodwork. Yeah.
that'll show
Well,
up, and it happens every single year.
Yeah, one of my friends, he was originally going to compete in Classic. He's got an insane physique. You can pull him out on Instagram. It's just 1 second. I think it's called 16. Like
16
as in-
number?
Yeah, 16, and then the number 16.
IFBB.
IFBB. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was going to
Okay.
compete.
Wow.
I was helping him with T-posing as well.
Okay, I'm
But
gonna get him
then-
up.
Yeah. He doesn't watch anime and stuff like
Oh.
that. But yeah.
Bro. What the fuck?
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh my god, man.
Yeah, let me
Yeah.
see if I've got any other actual of him posing. Maybe
The-
this. If we go.
So, okay. This is a prime example of a guy who just pops out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
I've-
He's
Yeah.
not active on social media at all.
Yeah.
Jesus
Very
Christ.
good.
And now he's switching
His
to
legs are
open.
crazy, man.
Switching to open.
Look at
Yeah,
them
it's
legs.
bigger.
Look at that sweep.
And
It's
he's only 22.
He's a junior.
Yeah.
Fucking
Look
hell.
at that waist. Look how
Yeah.
tight it is, and there's just the way those
Oh,
quads sweep out.
What's a
Nuts.
Have you got any
Yeah.
of him from the rear?
Yeah, I think his back isn't as good. Like there, you can see it's
Yeah.
a bit like shallow.
Yeah, like all other Chinese bodybuilders.
Yeah, exactly. Massive quads and tiny back. I didn't want to say it. I'll let you say it. Look at that, man. That's
Oh,
crazy.
mate, that is
That's
silly.
the way his weight's so small.
Yeah.
Is he competing this year?
Well, he's switching to open potentially. So
108 kilos. Fuck me.
Sick.
he
That's
he
an interesting one.
weighs 111 recently.
Wicked.
111. And he trains out of Muscle Works, Bethnal Green.
Yeah, we train together sometimes. Yeah.
I didn't even Derek, I'm so stupid. I didn't even realize you're based in London. I
said it earlier. I moved to London last September.
I know. I like acknowledged it, but it didn't like click, and I was like, "That's not that far from me." Oh fucking hell, mate! Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Mention it, mate. Oh fucking mention it one time. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Right then. So, should we get into some questions then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so on the AniGains page, put a question box up. So I got a couple. I've got one not so good one and one very good one. I'll say the not so good one first. So, if you could tap one anime character, who would it be?
That's a fantastic question.
And that's from
Tap.
Ian Talbot
Was it-
Bowell.
Wait, if you can tap one character, what does it mean?
Have sex.
What do you think it is?
Oh, right. I didn't know that. I didn't know. Oh,
And just be careful because a lot of anime characters are underage.
Boa
Yeah, what you
Hancock.
said.
Just quick, let me do a quick Google search real quick.
Boa Hancock. Boa Hancock
Can
from
you
One
pull
Piece.
up a
Yeah, I'm
picture
gonna
of
get-
her
I'm
on
gonna
screen?
get it
Yeah. Nice one, bro.
For research reasons.
Yeah, research purposes.
Yeah, I know she is. Yeah.
Yeah, to show people who she
Okay.
is.
I approve. 1 second. Share screen.
This podcast is great.
This is just the complete degenerate.
Yeah. Great bodybuilding podcast, man. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A couple, yeah. One of my other buddies is a fan. Yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Kez, what about you?
I'll leave it to you first. I'll go last.
It's a hard question because, like, I think the one, what's the little girl's name from no, I'm gonna say a different one. Oh, no, okay. I'll just get into it. I don't care. If you're watching this far into the pod, you're a real one anyway, so we can stick about for this. If you type in, I think her name was Akino from High School DxD. We don't need to elaborate what that anime was about. I think I was in like year 9, so I was like 14 years old. Great summer. That was the anime.
I think like that type of anime, it peaks from there.
It was a
They've never made anything like that since.
But, to be fair, I think the redo of Healers was yes.
Oh.
Be careful about some of the pictures.
Yes, probably something from a UK show.
I think this would be my choice.
Good choice.
It's actually a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did watch it for the plot. Kez, feel like helping me out here, son?
Okay. Phew. I will say Kurenai Sensei from Naruto.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Man. So it's the eyes for me.
Yeah.
Yes, the eyes.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, so.
I'm going for a safe option. So I just can't get cancelled with this. Hopefully.
Who asked this question? This is a fantastic. I think this is like the best question we've had.
Ian Talbot Bowell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So who's
very good.
I think we've all picked basically the same type of woman.
No, we haven't. They're completely different.
No, Cam, we pick very similar.
you two do.
type.
Yeah.
You two are the degenerates of the group. Yeah. Okay, so this is actually a very good question that we can get into quite some depth. So, what are the 6 pillars of anime? Like, if they were removed from anime, anime wouldn't be the same.
That's a whole.
So let's just say like the most influential, maybe. That's a very good question.
I think Dragon Ball would be.
I agree. Dragon Ball
Yeah.
is like top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many animes or manga are inspired by that.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think what else. Astro Boy, do you think?
Never watched
Yeah,
that.
it could be because I mean it was the first thing to get it like into the West, really. Yeah, Western appeal, but I don't know if I would say it's relevant enough to be like the.
I think like culturally it's one of like the biggest anime in terms of like the cultural effect it's had.
I'm thinking of this as like a Mount Rushmore type deal. So like yeah,
I don't
like,
think it's that. I don't think it's Mount Rushmore because you can have like anime that are really popular, but they haven't really had an influence to like what anime is like now. So I wouldn't say it's Mount Rushmore.
Pokemon.
So it's more how big of an influence it's had to like the whole anime.
Pokemon is actually a decent shout, to be fair.
Would you say current anime is dependent on what Pokemon's done though?
Yeah, I would say in terms of like
The
current anime,
different age group.
Yeah. It would current anime would not be as popular, but if it was not for Pokemon getting people into the genre in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, most mainstream animes wouldn't even there'd be no appeal to it.
Yeah, a lot of people probably started playing the game and then got into the anime.
Yeah. Or get into the trading card game, etc.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a different one, and it's a bit of a rogue shout, but I'm gonna go with Mobile Suit Gundam, just because that introduced the whole mecha
Yes.
aspect to anime, and that's like huge now. So many animes have like mecha type ones. That was like the first big one. I think it was like 70s or 80s or something. That was.
Yeah.
So I'll say Mobile Suit Gundam. Just trying to think what else.
Now we've got 3.
We couldn't count Avatar, could we?
No. Avatar is arguably like the GOAT animated series for me. I think it's
like that's what I mean, and it's got
it's
really.
not an anime though.
I've not watched it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my
Really?
days!
Yeah.
How? Like, this is your homework from today: is watch Avatar. It's so good. It's so good, man.
Yeah.
Avatar is an incredible series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Storytelling, world building, just incredible. So good. Cowboy Bebop. Would you have that?
You could, to be fair. I don't know if it's as I wouldn't put it on the same level as say like Gundam or Dragon Ball in terms of like, influence. You know what I mean?
I've got another one. Akira.
Yes.
That was like the whole
that's good.
cyberpunk thing.
Yeah.
I think Akira's like up there.
Yeah.
How many have we had? So we've had like
4. Pokemon, Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon.
Yes.
I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about the girl side thing.
The whole like, magical girl thing, like that would never exist.
Yeah. Would you have Naruto, or would you say Dragon Ball covers like the?
I'll say Dragon
I
Ball.
think
Father.
Dragon Ball's covered,
Yeah.
And One Piece as well.
Most of the shonen mangas.
With One Piece, it kind of like. I think Naruto's more influential than One Piece. I think there are more shows similar to Naruto than there are to One Piece. Like all these, like ninja style, like even like Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, like the trio protagonists, like they're all kind of based off like the Naruto trio. I think.
I think like Demon Slayer is kind of like, more like the combination of like Naruto and Bleach.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm trying to think.
And finally, the 6th pillar I think it's got to go to Sakamoto Days.
Are you
That's a great one as well.
Yeah, the 6th Titan. Oh, I was going to say Titans, but I'm actually going to say something more current. I would actually say Attack on Titan.
Yeah,
Genuinely, Attack on Titan, I think will stand the test of time as being one of the greatest anime of all time.
Oh, I agree. I completely agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I think if we're having this conversation in 50 years, I think it might be there. I think just because it's so new, I probably wouldn't quite have it there yet. I mean, it's my favorite anime of all time. Just in terms of influence, I don't think it's there quite yet. It probably will be.
Do you not think? Because I don't know if it's like biased to say, because obviously anime is bigger now. So if you were to actually look at, say, the numbers it's done, it's going to be like, larger than a lot of the shows mentioned previous. But I don't know if it's going to be. I would say it's almost large enough to regenerate that snowball effect
Yeah,
relative to the previous ones. I think it could stand there.
It could, yeah, 100%. But there's there are shows which is like not technically as good as Attack on Titan, in my opinion, but because they've kind of like created like a hype type thing around it, even like Naruto, where they've sold so much merch like around Naruto with like clothes and
in
other
terms of
stuff like that.
franchising.
Yeah, because the characters are so cool. Even though for me, technically, it might not be as good as a show. I don't think Attack on Titan have like capitalized on that as much as like stuff like Pokemon, Naruto, even Cowboy Bebop and stuff like that, where it's a bit more like retro, I suppose. So maybe in the future they might do that with the Attack on Titan, but I feel like people have kind of, obviously they have the movie. People have kind of stopped talking about Attack on Titan, which is weird. But like people will still talk about Naruto and other stuff like that even to this day.
Yeah, I think what you're saying.
I think the main thing about Attack on Titan is like the last season they separate it into like what 4 parts or something.
Yeah, kind of dragged on a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like people start forgetting about it. It's like, oh, what happened back then? Like literally, I went to watch a film. I was like, oh, where am I here? Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
It took me some time to make the connection.
I would have preferred if they just had like season 5, like a whole season of normal length episodes, rather than like the feature length films. Because but I mean, I still love it. I still think it's like go anime for me, I would say.
I think it's probably like the first anime that's like gruesome that got very popular.
Yeah, I'd say it's
one
of, I'd say. Yeah.
What else would you say got as popular that was as sort of brutal, especially on the pilot episode?
I mean, Berserk was pretty.
Well, it's not anime yet, though, I guess, right? Well, they did make it. They did make it back before.
A lot of studios have tried, and a lot of studios have failed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as popular. Have you boys seen like Devilman Crybaby?
Yes.
No.
That's absolutely like
Devilman
twisted.
Crybaby.
Really sad, really twisted. Like one of the most depressing anime I've ever seen.
Show.
It's very good though. Very good.
No, I think it's very artistic. To be fair. Yeah. Oh God, I can't actually. I would my personal sixth pillar is Attack on Titan. In my opinion, I think it's new, and because it's new, you don't know whether to give it its flowers or not. But trust me, like I would say that's one in the future that like you'd always look back on and be like, that was one of the best animes of our sort of like modern generation. I don't think there's been a show that's come out in the last 10 years, even 20 years, that really rivals it, in my opinion. You know.
So I've got an article up that is called the 10 most historically important anime of all time. I'm gonna share it now.
Hell yeah.
And see how how much we agree with this. Alrighty. Oh. Let me know if you can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, is it going to go down? Yeah. So number 10, Astro Boy, as I said.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched it. Yeah, it's really great.
Yeah. So the creator of the story is apparently the god of manga, Osamu Tezuka.
Hell yeah.
So it's one of the first anime ever made, basically, I think.
Okay, yeah, that should
and then I've got Mobile Suit Gundam, as I said, number 9.
Yeah, makes sense.
Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. That's like not one of my favorite Ghibli movies.
I didn't even think of the Ghibli movies because I was like, it's not series, yeah. Dragon Ball
7.
For sure.
Akira, as we said.
We got it.
Yeah, doing pretty well.
Yeah, mate, we've smashed
Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon, yeah.
Oh yeah,
very good. Evangelion, yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, definitely.
I kind of fused Evangelion and Gundam to this
Gundam,
one.
Yeah, similar.
Ghost in the Shell, so that's another cyberpunk one, but I think that is quite influential. Pokemon, number 2.
Yeah.
Number 1, Cowboy Bebop.
Really?
Solidified anime's influence in the West, apparently.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Fuck it, give it to Bebop.
Very cool. Let me stop sharing.
Samurai Champloo is a way better show, but...
Do you think?
100%, bro. You've not seen
I haven't
Shampoo,
done Shampoo Shampoo yet.
Me neither.
bro? I'm telling Noah watched it, and there's a reason why Noah's not here now because he's crying out his eyes still.
Because he's just watching. Yeah, he's lying
he
about me.
does.
He hasn't actually got any friends. He's just watching Samurai Champloo.
Yeah, he's just sprawled
That's
out,
his excuse.
tears.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, covered it. It's incredible. It's like Bebop, but it makes a bit more sense, and the art's a bit better, and it's a bit cooler, in my opinion.
To be fair, I actually think Cowboy Bebop's a bit overrated.
I think it is as well, to be honest.
I
think,
got a little bit like, especially in the middle of it, I kind of got a little bit bored. Just because like there's like one ongoing storyline really with like Vicious and everything, but it kind of like just jumps from narrative to narrative from each episode, and it's like, what's happening here? And it's kind of, there were like, I'd say 3 episodes which I thought were really, really good, but other than that, it was kind of like a bit meh. It was just a bit like, it was just like middle of the road, quite a lot of it. I just wasn't, I wasn't too invested in it.
it just kind of rely on like the whole like rule of cool thing, which
exactly. With like the whole jazzy feel to it. I mean, the animation's really cool. The music is really cool as well. But I mean, in terms of the characters like are pretty cool. But
characters are sick.
The story itself is not that.
It doesn't really make a lot of sense a lot of the time. And then when it doesn't, they just pad it out with like, like a cool quip or like art style, and it's like, what the fuck am I watching, bro? Yeah, no,
definitely.
I 100% agree. I've got one question here for Derek, and it's to follow up. I think this is becoming a tradition now of guests that we have on the show. So Derek, fuck, marry, kill the AniGains host.
Who asked that?
Oh God.
It was a member of the group chat I'm in.
Yeah, the illegal drug chat. Yeah. The PED chat.
Group chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the non-WNBF.
Yeah.
Group chat.
When I watched the episode you guys did with Josh, I basically, like, before he said it, I got the exact same answer. So Cam's like the most handsome.
Thank you.
I'm sorry to have to kill you guys.
Oh man. How do I kick people out of the chat?
Oh man. Hey, well, thanks for that, Derek, man. I appreciate it.
Both got long hair as well.
Yeah. We've got a lot in common, man. I'll see you at Muscle Works.
Literally, like this is going to be a running theme now, and people are going to be aware of it. Everyone who comes on is going to kill me.
Everyone's going to fucking rail me.
Mate.
You should have seen Josh when I saw him in person, mate. Wouldn't leave me alone.
Oh, mate, you boys better hope I don't get my hands on a death note one day. That's it. Yeah,
So, having a list now.
Yeah, that's it. And then even with the music, and it's like the dramatic.
Damn it, bro.
Oh, classic, man. Classic. So, yeah, man. Did you get any questions, Eric?
I've got 4, but one is a bit of a weird one from my friend.
Okay.
But first one from Matthew. He's also in my gym. He asked me, "Are you the best looking Asian in the gym?"
Is he Asian as well?
No, he's black.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I would say probably yes, because I model for Gymshark as well.
Fair
Yeah.
Next questions, I guess. Did you get Monster Hunter Wilds? Did any of you guys get it? No. Oh, it's such a good game. I got it like 2 days ago.
On what console?
PS5.
Is it on Steam?
I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I might have to cop it, to be fair. I don't really play a lot of video games.
No, nor do I know.
No. Me neither, but it's just like, okay, whenever I have some free times, okay, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Next one, like, thoughts on peptides.
Peptides generally?
I am a WMDF pro, so I cannot comment on this. I have no thoughts on peptides. Do not do them. Drugs are bad. Peptides are bad.
Yeah.
I've got an opinion on them. I do have an opinion on them. I think they're great in theory, but I think in terms of regulation is fucking awful. I am seeing like companies pop out of whichwhere nowhere.
You can buy them on normal supplement sites.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes me question the quality of what you're actually putting into your body.
Yeah, you can buy it on Amazon.
Yeah, you buy them off a fucking TikTok shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I think if you're a young kid, just do your research and really advise on the side of caution before seeing. Next time you have a sore knee, you don't need BPC 157 from TikTok shop to stick into your patella. That might not do you the world of good. But that's my opinion.
Man.
Yeah. I
Funny
think
enough, about BPC one, I had a funny story about that. So in my first prep, I was like 3 weeks out, and I have like an ongoing issue with my neck where I actually slipped a disc in my neck 6 years ago now. But it's kind of on and off, so every now and then I get a little twinge in it. And 3 weeks out of my first ever show, I had like a pretty bad reoccurrence of the injury, and I just it was in so much pain. I went to an osteopath about it just to get them to have a look at it. And it was like, yeah, there's this thing, this peptide called BPC 157. You should take it. It works wonders. I'm like, yeah, that sounds pretty good. Just peptide, that's fine. And then I was literally on the verge of buying it. And then I was like, I'll just tell AJ about this, just running by him. And I was like, yeah, AJ, I'm just about to buy some BPC 157. Is that okay? And he literally just immediately rings me. He says, "Are you crazy? You do know that's banned?" I'm like, "Oh, I did not know it was banned." So yeah, mate, that's how I found out that peptides were actually banned in natural shows.
Fucking hell,
I was literally on the verge of buying it. I would have used it 100%, and I would have been banned for a while.
Jesus.
Yeah,
that exactly feeds into what I'm saying.
So
do your fucking research.
I've heard obviously if you get good peptides though, I've heard they do work for aiding with recovery of injuries.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Have you got any other questions, Ed?
Last one, single. I guess anyone single? I am.
Cam, I'll ask you first.
I'm not.
Cam is taken.
The biggest shock of the show.
Handsome man is taken.
Unfortunately, yeah. All the there's no female viewers on this anyway. You know what I mean?
They've all turned off at this point now.
Yeah. After we started saying which anime characters we'd tap, I think there's no girls watching this fucking show. Yeah. What about you boys? What's going on in the love lives of you two? You know what I mean? Best posing coaches in the UK. Surely.
Yeah, no, I'm single, but it's kind of last year I got so wrapped up in prep that I didn't even think about dating or anything like that.
I was the same.
I was so locked in with that. And then with prep, when you are a natural, it does certain things to your hormones where you're not even thinking about it even more. And then I'm in a state where I've just been recovering from that for the last few months. So honestly, I've had no interest for a good while in that sort of thing. So yeah, mate, single, not really mingling, to be honest. How about you, Derek?
I am single and I'm open for choices. But
so I'm gonna clip this up into a reel.
Oh yeah,
ladies, Derek Guo is single.
Yeah, no. To be fair, you are fucking spitting when you're talking about prep. Mate, when I was in prep. I the only thing I cared about, I wanted to make love to a basket of fried chicken and just go
literally.
I did not care about anything else. I remember we were at PCA Naturals and somebody was like, "Oh, she's fit." I was like, "Cam, look up from your phone." No, I'm not. I'm on the Chicken George website right now.
Yeah.
I'm getting my order together. I could care less.
It's crazy what it does to you though. Obviously, when you're so focused on the goal, obviously your mind is switched off from everything else. You're so hyperfixated on that. But I do think hormonally there is an aspect of that as well where it's just all interest in that just goes really.
I was gonna say, Derek, you mentioned that your enhanced prep was a little bit different.
Yeah.
Do you mind just elaborating on that a little?
Well, I think it's just when I was natural, I didn't dig that hard.
Okay.
And I wasn't quite lean enough. I didn't feel like shit at the end. Well, the enhanced prep, obviously, with all the help.
Yeah.
You can do it a lot faster. The prep was like 12 weeks for till my first show, and the second week, like second show is like 2 weeks after. I was like just on robot mode basically at about like 10 weeks out, and didn't think about anything else, just the prep, just like tick the boxes every single day. I mean, I guess I still had a bit of sex drive at the end, but like not like
Yeah.
wants it all the time.
Yeah. You can function, but it's like extra expenditure.
Yeah, it's like, I can't ask.
Yeah. No, I feel that, bro. I feel that, bro. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right. Sick.
Wicked. I think we'll wrap it there, just under an hour. So I think that's a good point to wrap it up.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Sweet, man.
Derek, where can we find you?
On Instagram at Derek JGUO _. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And planning on going back on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a little collab as well.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Little link up.
Derek, are you going to Comic-Con this year?
When is it?
It's
the July, the June-July one.
By the way, I can't go to the London one.
Fuck's sake.
I'm at a wedding on that day. Also, on that day, there is the UKDFBA Heart of England and the PCA Universe on that same day.
Oh, man.
Mate, that's the same day as the Comic-Con, and I can't go to any of them because I'm at a wedding.
Oh, shit.
So we'll have to do the Birmingham one.
No, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to Birmingham. I hate Birmingham, bro. Sorry, if you're listening to this and you're from Birmingham.
It's supposed to be me, so I'm happy.
That sucks, man. Jesus.
I nearly go to the one last year, like at the end of last year, like cosplay as Zorro.
Nice.
But then someone who I was supposed to go with, like they're late. They're like extremely late. I was there like, okay, we only have half an hour. I was there an hour, right? Okay, they didn't let us in. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, man. No, mate, we should get like an AniGains crew all to come. Like they'll all have to be in cosplay though.
Yeah.
We need to do a big group cosplay. It'll be an anabolic cohort.
That'd be unreal. Yeah, man. No, we'll make it happen for sure. For sure.
Yeah, we'll bring a filmer out with us as well. I know one filmer who would love to, who would be very much on that. Yeah,
Indeed.
big anime fan as well, yeah. Okay, Kez?
Yeah, man. No, mate. Thank you so much for coming on, man. Obviously, it's wicked to like
Thank you for having me.
someone, well, in a similar boat to me, a posing coach who's into anime.
Yeah.
So it's really, really cool. Obviously, to like hear the differences with like physique, bodybuilding, classic. So yeah, man, it's been wicked having you on. We'll have to have you on again at some point, and Comic-Con link up as well is happening.
Yeah. Also, can I say, if anyone wants the routine designed, like recently, like listening to the Attack on Titan soundtracks, like, oh yes, please, I want to compete. Let me let me step on stage.
Yeah, man. So we'll put Derek's like Insta in the description as well, so you can find him there if you want posing, or anything like that. So yeah, Camp, don't know if you want to plug yourself.
Oh, always, mate. Boys, if you are looking to get sexy this summer, you can go to my link tree in my Instagram and you can sign up for Ignite Coaching in the bio. We have some crazy ass physiques coming at you this year, which will get displayed later on in the year. Also, for the best gym clothing in the game from Anabolic Apparel, use code CAM, save yourself 10% off. New Zeus drop now live. The old school drop is going to come soon. That's TBA. But you get a little exclusive mention on the podcast. And I have a very exciting supplement thing, which I don't think I'm allowed to mention just yet. But, yeah, in fact, I'm just going to save that for the next episode.
Well, to be fair, this isn't going to be released until the week after Wednesday, because tomorrow's episode we're going to release this Wednesday. So this will be released 1 week on Wednesday. So it'll be still a while until this is released.
It'll still be a while. I still need to get my actual affiliate code. I don't want to plug something that's going to be the wrong thing.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah,
perfect. Yeah, man. So, so if you want, if you're competing in men's physique this year or in the future, and you want to get your posing on point, you want to give yourself the best chance of winning, just message me either on Qais Butt _ or Qais Posing, and then we can get started. In terms of my availability, I'm fully booked until middle of April now. So I am getting booked quite quickly. So just let me know as early in advance as possible. And then chosen few, if you want the actual freshest scams in the game, not the other one. Use Qais10 to get 10% off at the discount. And we'll just I'll just completely cut out what Cam just said. Wicked, man.
If any brand's looking for a model, someone model for Gymshark here, hit me up.
The most beautiful man in the podcast, for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. All right, okay, boys. Well, we'll catch you. I was going to say tomorrow. We're filming the next episode tomorrow, but we'll catch you for episode 9 for the Arnold.
You know, this is actually episode 9.
No, this is episode 8.
No, it isn't. Episode 8 is being filmed tomorrow.
No.
We're gonna do the Arnold one tomorrow, and we're gonna release that on Wednesday. This is gonna be released the week after. This is episode 9.
Did I intro this as being episode 8?
Yeah, you did. I'm just gonna title it as 9 anyway. Who cares?
Okay. All right.
Anyway,
we'll be back from episode 8 tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah. See you boys soon.
See ya.